Robin Henry tease. Stop denying it. Blood guilty image. Robin's Hood Forsaken Christ is Robin's Hood game or something.
Apparently, it is the time of year where I get sick every other week, so I had everything ready to go for this video, and I'm too impatient to wait to make it. I already skipped 1 week, so I just want to make this video since I already have all the stuff, so hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. Alright, let's get into it. Oftentimes, when I'm looking for videos for my disturbing horror series, I come across plenty of analog horrors. I also come across plenty of just dark projects. But sometimes I come across channels, like the ones you're about to see, where I know that they're real people, but something about the channels is just a little bit off. First, we'll take a look at a channel called Robin's Hood. With 25,000 subscribers, quite a decent number. You can read in his channel about page. Summer is nigh. Repent. 7 years of tribulation started May 21st, 2011, and 3 years being raised up in Babylon and beyond. It is clear from the start that this guy is religious. But how religious is he? I feel like his channel takes it just a little bit too far. As he states in one of his videos, he believes that times of tribulation have started. This religious belief is tied to some religious leader that started what I would call a cult. I don't have time to talk about that in this video, as that is an entire topic on its own. However, a friend of mine, strangely on YouTube, made a video where he discusses this a little more in detail than I will here. You can go check out his video talking about the end of life, and he talks about one of the people there that started this belief about the tribulation. Scrolling around in Robin's Hood's channel, you can tell that he actually believes the stuff that he talks about, as there are many streams that he has spending hours and hours just talking about this stuff, including an 8-hour stream, in which I clicked around in, and he talks a bunch of nonsense during the streams.
And act like I didn't get the amount of views that I got. How easy is it to just manipulate the numbers when something as simple as taking a screenshot? All I want to do is have this guy say it out loud with what Stephen James DeShawn said. Then I also wanted to show you what Stephen James DeShawn said, but he happened to edit it to... Okay, yeah. So sympathy. So then, technically,
throughout that stream, he discusses how he thinks he is being censored because he knows too much, as well as how he relates Hollywood to demonic principles. Although I am aware that that is not that new, many people believe that. One video that really caught my attention on his channel is a video titled "Sky Opens and Closes." It's a half-hour video where he records the sky, and he explains to us how the sky will open and close, essentially showing us that we are not the only ones here and that we are being watched from above. This is the video that makes me think that he is genuinely losing his mind, and it is not just some religious stuff. Because he genuinely thinks that the clouds opening and closing indicates some type of bigger picture. Let's take a look at this.
Then, when you see aliens invade us, coming from the same sky, when you see fire, I don't know, from heaven or something like that, when you see people ascending up to heaven in front of your face, then you're gonna believe that too.
The thing about this video is that he's ranting for 30 minutes about how everybody is being brainwashed into believing that clouds are a natural occurrence and we know how they work. He then goes on to tell us how kids today in school are being brainwashed into learning about the wrong formations of clouds.
That these skies have never looked like this before. There's nothing new under the sun. They're teaching kids in pre-K. They're starting off with pre-K. They're not doing it in high school because those kids, well, maybe they might already have remembered the other clouds, so they're probably like, let's not do high school. Let's brainwash the kids at an early age, all right? Let's just tell them they're circumambulous clouds and triocticus clouds and whatever else clouds that are out there.
To me, these ramblings don't sound like your average conspiracy theorist, and they don't sound like your average religious type. To me, these sound a lot more concerning. They sound like somebody who is legitimately losing their mind. And even when he tries to sum up the whole entire point of this video, it leaves me just as confused as I was to begin with.
So that's my point. Look back if you want at the video. Rewind it. Just look at the same area and see that it was wide open and now it's shut. But before I recorded it, it was shut, open, and then I pushed record, and then it started to open up again after it's shut, and then now it's shut again. And then over on this side, next to these two poles, it's going to open up again.
I'm not sure if the clouds were open or shut. After how many times he said that, I was pretty lost. Open, shut, then open again, then shut. All in all, it just sounds like the rambling of an insane person. So do his shorts. When you look at his shorts, some of them are just strange. Like this one where he's walking around rambling to himself in a cul-de-sac, talking about stuff that I guess I don't understand. It might make sense in a religious context, but I genuinely have no idea what's going on here. If you understand, let me know in the comments, but I have no idea what's going on.
Now I get it. Las Vegas. 914, weed. Robin Henry tease. Stop denying it. Blood guilty image. Robin's Hood forsaken Christ is Robin's Hood game or something. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, in other words. Look at that. I mean, it was always done on purpose, right? I get greeted everywhere I go. Look, I mean, it's only this little area, so I feel so special.
I've listened to my fair share of very religious people ramble, but I've never heard anything quite like what this guy says. And nothing that he says makes any sense to me. It all sounds like jarbled gibberish. Overall, I definitely think this guy is on the edge of losing his mind. I feel like scrolling through his channel is like watching somebody lose their mind a little bit at a time, video after video. I'm going to give a content warning here. There's nothing too disturbing graphically, but if you are easily grossed out, I would skip to the next chapter right now because this one is a little bit gross, and some of the stuff can be hard to see if you're like easily disgusted. So just skip to the next chapter. If not, Let's go explore this one together. I was sent this channel by a subscriber, and I was shocked, to say the least. It shocked me that somebody would just send me this without any disclaimers about it being absolutely disgusting. This channel is filled with videos of disgusting looking feet, rashes, pus, and people's teeth falling out. But the reason it shows this is because they think they're being controlled by the Korean government. They think they have microchips planted inside of their body, inside of their feet, inside of their skin, inside of their neck, and in their head. So I believe that this person is cutting open and breaking parts of their body to try to get the chips that they think are implanted in them out. It is quite disturbing to come across this channel and to see somebody who looks extremely unwell. Here's an example of some of these videos.
우선
Made up of a lot of short snippets, you can see that it is images of decaying body and food. It's also more random images of police cars and people on the street. You'll notice in every single video that there is a little snippet on the top left corner. They almost never give you enough time to read this message, and you have to pause the video to read it. And you won't catch me going around and pausing most of the clips in these videos, as I don't really want to look at them for that long. Obviously, we're watching someone spiral into madness in these videos, but if this is not enough to convince you of that, they have an entire website, and this is what it consists of. On the homepage of their website, they explain that the FBI, CIA, Pentagon, police agencies, armies all implant different things in different parts of your bodies. There's a category that says how to implant. They implant on your soft bone, the right foot connected to your right brain. After implanted, you only feel a little uncomfortable without feeling hurt. It goes on to explain the process and how eventually you will lose privacy and your personal life, and lose your family members, and forever be tracked and tortured. They also have a section where they show pictures of themselves and different places to look for tracking devices. I think when they talk about losing their lives to this, they're probably referring to the fact that they are more than likely schizophrenic. There's no chance that somebody in their right mind makes an entire website and YouTube channel claiming this type of stuff. One thing that I find even more bizarre is when you scroll to the bottom of this web page, unlike the YouTube videos where people are saying that they need help, on the website, all of the comments are talking about how they support them and how they are following them, and they are discussing different things that the government will do to you. Interestingly enough, I think that some of these people might be the original creator. I just got that vibe when I was reading some of the wording that the comments were using. It seemed much like the wording of the creator of the website, but I have no way to confirm this. Some of them were pasting links, but I didn't want to go clicking links around on this website as I don't really trust it. I think it's pretty clear here that we are seeing somebody who is losing their mind. It's either that, or we are seeing somebody who is playing a mysterious prank on a bunch of people, as they do state in their YouTube description. If you think this is a perfect example of schizophrenia, watch this. And then they just link to the video we've watched. I find this channel pretty concerning because not only can we see that this person is not well in the mind, but they are also putting themselves in physical harm. I do hope that this person gets the help they need because clearly they are not well. At first glance, the channel Truth Tiger looks like a wholesome and religious channel. But as we dig deeper, we'll see that that's not exactly what is happening here. If we take a look at some of his videos, and we take a look at his oldest videos, his first video is titled Chosen Ones. You're gonna completely clown on your haters.
What's up, Chosen Ones? I got a message for you here today. You are gonna completely clown on your haters. You are. All these narcissists, all these fools, you're gonna see the pathetic losers and the pathetic clowns that they really are. And look, guys, the reason this is happening is because you're out of their grasp. When you were in their grasp, you were getting kicked around, made into a punching bag, messed with, effed with, gaslit, you name it. It happened to me. And I'm starting to see now that I'm out of the grasp.
At first glance, his words of encouragement seem quite wholesome, as he talks about getting out of the grasp of your haters and the people who bully you. And I really do believe there are a lot of positive messages throughout his videos. But if you didn't notice, he opened up the video by saying, "Hey Chosen Ones." And there's another video where he talks about how he's constantly being followed, or he can't be alone, and he's constantly being smiled and waved at.
What's up, y'all? Truth Tiger. I want to talk about GangStalking right quick right now. I don't know what's happening with it, but ever since I had my spiritual awakening and my spiritual anointing, which that began around 6 years ago, ever since that started happening, it's like when I used to go out on the street to take a walk somewhere, have a smoke, I don't know, whatever I'm doing, you know, I used to just like have space to myself. And I've lived in the city in a dense area with tall buildings and stuff, and where there's a lot of people out and about on the street. And I'd always walk on the street, and it was like I always had my own space to myself. But like now, it's like when I walk, it's like someone's there walking the same speed I am. Someone's walking right in front of me, right behind me, every single time.
So you heard it in the beginning, when he talks about how he wants to talk about gang stalking, and how he feels like he can never be walking alone, as somebody is always walking right behind him or right in front of him, ever since his spiritual awakening. If you don't know what gang stalking is, I suggest you go watch Maverick Files' video on it, So You're Being Gang Stalked, as they cover it very, very well, and they go very deep into what it is and everything about it. Here I will not do that in this video. People who believe they are being gang stalked believe that they have somebody following them at all points of their life, and that they are being watched or suppressed in some way. Most of the time it is not a spiritual thing, but there is another type of gang stalking where people believe that they are the chosen ones, and because they are the chosen ones and they have had a spiritual awakening, they will be followed by people.
What up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk about how church Christians are jealous of chosen ones. And
it's a common theme throughout his channel. While it seems wholesome, he regularly talks about how the chosen ones are actually better than anybody else. He talks about how church Christians are jealous of the chosen ones because they only put on a facade and they haven't had a real spiritual awakening. I don't know how much of this is real, but he has been uploading a lot of videos for a long time. I don't think he would put on a character like this for this long, but there is a possibility that he would. I also find it really strange that almost all of the comments agree with him. Nobody points out the fact that he thinks he's being gang-stalked, and it's a weird thing. Everybody seems to agree with him, and they all seem to think that they are also the chosen ones because they found his channel. I think they are only feeding into the delusions of a human who is losing his mind.
The first one in Matthew, I wish I had all the verses memorized and stuff. I don't, but the first one in Matthew was just saying that people can be empowered by Satan to perform miracles or to be quote-unquote righteous or to look quote-unquote righteous, and the church is full of that. It's full of false prophets, false divinity, false Christ, all that type of stuff, and they are essentially, you know, it's a fake Jesus that they're about.
This last channel, I had a really hard time deciding if I actually wanted to include it or not, for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons being that the name of the channel is X Come Gangster X. But aside from that, when I was originally collecting videos for this video, I came across this channel and I thought it would fit the theme, as the oldest and original video on this channel explains that this person is 19 and is dying of kidney disease. Interestingly enough, as videos kept being uploaded, they got more and more wild with the titles. This led me to believe that this person was actually probably lying about dying. And I don't think that they are actually genuinely losing their mind, but I decided I would include it anyways. I'll just explain what happens in his video, as his audio is fucking awful, as it is explained by a lot of commenters that his audio is some of the worst they've heard. He talks about how he tried to kill himself a while back, but he was unsuccessful. He went to the hospital. He actually did die, but they were able to resuscitate him. While in the hospital, he found out that he has kidney disease and is dying. A lot of the commenters pointed out that there was a lot of inconsistencies in his story, and there was a lot of things that he said that would not have happened in the hospital, leading them to believe that this is either fake or that this guy is just crazy. And that's the original reason I was going to include this video. But since we are here, we can talk about the speculations on why we don't think that he is dying. No one can tell another human how they should feel while they are in the process of dying. And so I will not say for sure that he is lying here, as I do not have the jurisdiction to do that. But while looking at one of his videos titled Back, the way he acts and talks in the video doesn't really seem like somebody who is dying. But then again, like I said, he could be, and this is just how he's coping with it.
Hi, second time recording this one. My USB audio stopped working, so I just didn't record any audio, and I didn't realize until I was about to edit. So we're back at it again. Welcome, Come Gangsters, to another epic Come Gangster video. Today we're gonna be talking about the second Fast and the Furious movie and why it is one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of all time. Tarantino is jealous. Francis Ford Coppola is pissing himself. Steven Spielberg killed himself. Absolute cinema. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back to myself. I haven't uploaded in 2 days, which is insane, guys. What the fuck? I haven't uploaded in 2 days because I've been dealing with health stuff in and out of the hospital. I mentioned this before, but my CVC port got infected, and so I was having complications with that. That got worse, but I think we figured it out. I think we're good. I hope.
Aside from how bubbly he acts in that video, he also apologizes for not uploading for a couple of days. I find this to be weird for somebody who's expecting to die, that they would apologize for not uploading, as wouldn't eventually they just not upload at all? Also, I think that he's just trying to rage bait, as if you look at some of the other titles, they are completely absurd. These are certainly some of the craziest titles I've ever seen on YouTube, and this is definitely something that would make people click. I believe that this guy is just out here clout chasing. If you read through the comments, there is a comment stating that he was in Pyrocynical's chat, chatting away about certain stuff, and this definitely seems like a Pyrocynical viewer. I think it might be fair to say that this person is actually trolling, which is a really weird thing to troll with. The reason I say that he's trolling is just about everything else about his videos seem like trolls. His audio is completely dog shit, and yet he produces music. The comments complain about the audio, and he talks about how he's going to be having a new record coming out, even uploading 2 music videos to his channel, both that sound like ass. Also, 2 of his videos are in mono, one in the right ear and one video in the left ear, which makes no sense to me.
It feels like there are these big holes that as much as I'm trying to move on, deep down, I don't want to. I don't want to move on. Three times. And yeah, I love them. I've known Lith since I was a freshman in high school. And they're a fantastic human being, and also could be a very talented musician, but they keep dropping guitar. Like, they could totally be a prodigy. We got them their guitar, and they were, like, ripping riffs.
So, this last one, rather than losing his mind, I believe he is making many people lose their mind, because I believe he is just actually a mega troll, looking for a lot of clout. Some of the comments fall for this trick, and other comments do not. Like I said, I cannot say for certain, and I would not want to say for certain. If he really is dying, I do feel sorry for him. And I do hope that he can make a recovery. But if he's just trolling for clout, well, this is YouTube, so good game. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, like and subscribe, and you can also check out my website, bittersnake.com. You can buy merch or become a member. Thanks. See ya.